A big Saturday of racing awaits us in Queensland, with the feature race on the card being the $3 million Group 1 Stradbroke Handicap, which Alligator Blood won for the stable last year. You have three exciting chances, including Hawaii 5-0 for John Singleton, Jerry Harvey and Ray Headley, Converge for Evergreen Stud, and Surf Dancer for China Horse Club and Connections. Are you confident you have the winner among them?
I've been very happy with all three horses leading into their final task in the Stradbroke Handicap. Firstly, Hawaii 5-0. He continues to thrive, race with confidence off the back of two really strong wins. Great effort there last start. So as I said, he's full of confidence going into the race, in great shape. He's obviously gets a really nice light weight. He's drawn perfectly to get a lovely draw for him, and tactically a race that should really suit him. So really excited to see him step out again. Converge, he's proven at this level. He's a weight for age performer. His last start in the Kingsford Smith was, I thought, excellent, and just showed he's right on target for a very strong run in the Stradbroke. He's drawn wide, but not necessarily concerned by that draw for him. He's in good shape. And Surf Dance, I really expect him to run a much better race than what his odds or the market may suggest. He's in really good shape. He won a very good race in the traditional sort of lead up the BRC sprint for the Stradbroke. The format of that's usually very strong going into this particular race. So he's drawn well to get a very nice run. Hopefully get all the favours and advantages, which will see him being strong late.
Azula showed just how tough she is last weekend when she saw Flying Trapeze in a nail-biting finish in the listed Phoenix Stakes. She now heads to the Group 1 JJ Atkins and will jump from Barrier 11 with Tim Clark in the saddle. Is this 2-year-old daughter of Maurice ready to fire at the top?
It was an excellent performance from Azula there last start. She showed how tough and resilient she really was. She picked herself up off the canvas and fought hard. So I really think she'll run out a strong mile off the back of that race. I think she's open to improvement. Just naturally in the race experience, she's improving every time she steps out. That tough run over the 1500 metres should season her really well for what's going to be a strongly run mile race for her. Going to look to certainly use her good gate speed, that high cruising speed, and hopefully see her fight out another tough victory.
A thrilling finish in the Group 3 Premier's Cup saw Serpentine finish second by the skin of his teeth. This 6-year-old gelding by Galileo could not be in better order and heads to the Group 2, the Q22 Rock Hard Fit. Does he have a winning chance on Saturday?
I certainly feel it's an open race, the Q22, and one that Serpentine looks well placed in. He gets the blinkers on for the first time, which may well be a critical gear change for him. Obviously just stepping back slightly in trip, just looking to sharpen him up that little bit, and the blinkers have certainly been the key there. Looks to have had its desired effect in his most recent work. So he's done very well in Queensland. His two most recent starts have been very consistent and shown good staying capabilities. So he's stepping to the weight for age level here, but he's obviously got a lot of class about himself. Previous Epsom Derby winner, so we know he can run out the distance strongly. He's got that beautiful on-pace pattern.
Teafellow Star is enjoying a hot winning streak at the minute, and Linda Meach rode him to perfection on Saturday at Flemington, where he won by 6 lengths. He now heads to the Group 2 Brisbane Cup, where he will carry the lightweight of 53 kilos with Tim Clark in the saddle. How impressed have you been with his progress through the grades this preparation?
It's been really exciting to watch the progression of Teafellow Star, and obviously he's shown significant improvement throughout this preparation. He's just gone from strength to strength. Obviously a very fit horse at this point of his preparation. He's on the back up from what was a very dominant victory last start at Flemington. One that will certainly run out the distance strongly. He'll enjoy the 2 miles of the Brisbane Cup here. He has had to have a bit of a trip from Melbourne to Sydney to Brisbane on the week back up, so shows how tough he is to get up here and be as bright and well as he is. But he'll certainly run it out strongly. He's in great form at present and doesn't look like any signs of slowing down at present.
In Sydney, the action takes place at Royal Randwick, where the 3-year-old gelding Kaboo will make a much anticipated return to the track after 2 impressive trial performances. He is starting his campaign off over 1,200 metres with Regan Bayliss in the saddle. Are you happy with how he's come back this prep?
Kaboo looks to have come back in excellent order. Very pleased with the way in which he's been progressing and preparing for his return to the races. Obviously, he's shown great talent in his previous campaign. The format of those runs has stood up very well. So he's stepping back to benchmark grade here. Having been off the scene for a while, he'll show good improvement off the back of this run. But hopefully his class can get him through. Really looking forward to seeing what might lie ahead for this horse, because he's certainly shown plenty of ability in his previous campaign.
Royal Tribute is a 2-year-old Snitzel colt out of Jennifer Lynette, who will make his racecourse debut in the 2-year-old handicap over 1,100 metres for Go Bloodstock and Connections. He's won his 2 trials in the lead up to this race. Can he get the job done at the first time of asking?
Royal Tribute's shown great speed and professionalism at his 2 most recent trials. He's been very electric in what we've seen. I think he's going to continue to improve off the back of that outing. It's not an easy race for him to kick off in, but I do think he's a horse and a colt with plenty of upside and plenty of ability. So naturally, it's a nice race to kick him off in to test his credentials, and hopefully we can see him to progress through the grades and see a lot more from this horse.
Gundy Bridge will look to turn his form around in the benchmark 78 handicap over 1,400 metres with Adam Hieronymus in the saddle. You opted to trial him in between races to keep his fitness up. What are his chances on Saturday from Barrier 3?
Unfortunately, things didn't go to plan for Gundy Bridge last start in Melbourne. He struck a very heavy track and looked very uncomfortable from the outset and really struggled under those particular conditions. So he can be forgiven for that. He's back under better conditions on Saturday. Looks to get those favours there. He's trialled in between and looks to have bounced back in good shape. So I think he can reproduce his previous form and get back to his best now that he's able to get back on top of the ground.
Marching will look to break his maiden in the 2-year-old handicap over 1,000 metres with Damien Oliver in the saddle. Can this son of Russian Revolution get the job done for Newgate Stud and Connections?
Marching was excellent on his Melbourne debut, just only being run down in the shadows of the post. Obviously he's stepping up slightly in grade here, but he's going there off the back of a smart jump out last week, which should have him nice and forward and well for this race. He's doing well at present. He's a sharp horse over that distance. I think he'll certainly take some catching once again.